they're speeding, they're drunk, they hit you, they break your arm, you have to have a surgery. That $30,000 in insurance is not going to be near enough.
Do you know what UIM insurance is, and do you need it? That's what we're going to ask the lawyer on this episode. Hi, I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com, and my guest is attorney Justin Smith of the Sloan Law Firm with offices in Longview and Houston, Texas. Justin, thank you for making some time for us today. I appreciate it.
Very happy to be here. Thank you.
So let's start off with a little definition. What are the UM and UIM insurance? What do those stand for? What is it?
So UIM stands for uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage.
And what is that coverage, and is it something that we need?
It is something that you need. So let's say, for example, you're driving around on the roads in the state of Texas, okay? And the state of Texas, like every other state in the union, says that if you're going to be a driver, you have to have liability insurance for the protection of other motorists. So in Texas, for example, there is a minimum amount of liability insurance that every driver is supposed to have. And in Texas, that minimum amount is $30,000 per person. That's $30,000 per person injured as a result of someone's negligence, and then $60,000 per accident or per collision. What uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage does is if you're driving down the road and through no fault of your own, somebody blows through a stoplight, blows through a red light, they're speeding, they're drinking, and they hit you, if they haven't complied with law and haven't bought liability insurance, they're an uninsured motorist, then you have coverage on your own policy of insurance to provide you with funds to protect you from that person's negligence. If that person has got a minimum policy limits policy, like 30 grand here in the state of Texas, and, they're speeding, they're drunk, they hit you, they break your arm, you have to have a surgery, that $30,000 in insurance is not going to be near enough to provide you coverage for all the injuries that you sustain. So then your uninsured motorist comes in and it stacks on top of that other guy's liability insurance and increases the amount of the pool of available money to you in the event of a collision.
Now, I know in some states, Justin, there's a minimum amount of UM or UIM insurance that comes with your policy. Is that the situation in Texas?
There is a minimum amount, and as a general rule, you basically have to have as much UIM as you do liability limits.
Okay.
So if you've got a 30/60 liability policy, you'll have a 30/60 UIM policy.
But you can get more than that, correct? You can. And is your advice to get as much as you can afford?
It is. It is to get as much as you can afford. You run the cost benefit analysis on it and kind of factor it into your budget and get as much UIM as you can get. You don't have any control over other motorists, and you don't have any control over whether or not you're going to be injured by someone else's negligence. So that's protection for you that you can actually have control over in the event that you get injured.
Does this type of insurance apply to, say, hit and run drivers if you're hit by somebody and they leave the scene?
It does. Mm-hmm.
And yes, how can a lawyer help me if I don't know who caused the accident? How can a personal injury attorney help me in that situation?
So, let's say that you're involved in a hit and run. Mm-hmm. Driver hits you, flees the scene, and the benefit of UIM is kind of twofold. Let's say that you've got your car parked out somewhere, and you're not even in it, and somebody hits your car and flees the scene.
Okay.
Well, that UIM will also provide property damage coverage, and you won't have to pay any deductible on that UIM property damage. So instead of filing on your collision and having to pay $500 out of pocket or take $500 off your damages that you have to eat based on that deductible, you can file it on your UIM property damage coverage on a hit and run, and your insurance company will cover all of it, and there's no deductible to be had. Same kind of premise or principle applies. If you're in the vehicle, you get injured, guy runs off, you don't get the license plate, they don't stop. So, the police can't investigate his identity or her identity. You file a claim with your insurance company. And really what you need to do is you need to call the police. You need to tell them about the collision. You need to tell them that it was a hit and run accident and have them prepare what in Texas is the Texas Peace Officers Crash Report, and then notify your insurance company of that claim. And you should get a number with the police report. And then the lawyer can help you navigate that UIM process and prove to the insurance company that that person is unidentified, that they're, for purposes of your recovery, uninsured. And then also run the traps of figuring out what your damages are that you're legally entitled to recover under Texas law. It's not like health insurance where if you get sick, they pay for your medical treatment.
Right.
Under UIM, the insurance company, your insurance company, is obligated to pay everything that at-fault driver would have had to pay under Texas law. So that's pain and suffering, that's mental anguish, that's medical expenses, past and future, it's physical impairment, disfigurement if it applies, all of those things that are available under Texas law, those become things that you get to claim on your UIM, and a lawyer can help you run the traps on what those damages are. The other thing the lawyer can do is oftentimes, if you get UIM, you should also elect to get what's called personal injury protection on the policy. And a lawyer can help you stack those coverages up to maximize your recovery and get you as much insurance and get as much money from insurance in play as possible.
Is it the kind of thing, Justin, where you can count on your insurance company to go, oh, you've got this coverage, we're going to make sure you're taken care of, or do you need a personal injury attorney to remind them that they need to meet their obligations?
They will not. And here's the wonky thing about this. In Texas, the only way to force a UIM carrier to pay for damages that you're entitled to recover as a result of insurance that you have bought and paid for is to file a lawsuit and get a judgment against your insurance company. Wow. It's first party insurance, just like home insurance is. Right. So if your home gets damaged by hail or a flood and you file a claim on your home insurance and they don't do what they're required to do under that contract, and that's a breach contract, and there are insurance provisions, statutory provisions that are in play to punish that insurance carrier for not complying with its obligation. Right. In Texas, the courts, and particularly the Texas Supreme Court, has gutted that protection for insureds. And so a lot of the leverage that an insured would have on their own with their UIM carrier are now gone. And there's very little leverage that an insured has against their UIM insured.
Wow, that's such helpful information, Justin. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank you for answering our questions today.
You bet. My pleasure.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been Texas attorney Justin Smith. If you want the best information or you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, make sure to go to askthelawyer.com first. Also, please take a sec to like, share, and subscribe by clicking on the button below. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with askthelawyer.com.